In TikTok news, of course, we heard that Donald Trump won the US election last week, and I wanted to explain a little bit what is now likely to happen in regards to the TikTok ban, as he did quote say on the campaign trail that he would quote save TikTok. However, there has been still some worries that Wire reported, quote, Donald Trump, on the other hand, has publicly backtracked on his 2020 statement on banning the app after reports of being lobbied by Jeff, a billionaire ByteDance investor. Most recently, Trump said in September in a campaign video, for those of you who wish to save TikTok in America, vote for Trump. Yet, he didn't make saving TikTok a key talking point for his campaign, and people weren't 100% sure whether they would uphold this as of late. Then The Wire added, when talking to a TikTok employee, quote, in the long term, neither of them will favour TikTok because TikTok can't escape the original sin of being from a Chinese company, says ByteDance researcher science based in San Jose. After also adding, the research scientist said that colleagues who were really worried about losing their jobs and might have already left the company instead of waiting around. Quote, starting in Trump's era, there has been several rounds of news about TikTok getting banned, but yet it still survives to now. It's like crying wolf. Once again, people expect many times, and there's less concern by the sound of it, he said. As we already have reported, it's unlikely that we're going to know 100% what's going on fully until the new year, as TikTok carries on the legal challenge to fight the ban. Wire also added at the end of the report, the PAFACA Act requires the ban if there is no derogation will take up until January, with a 90-day grace period by the US president. However, TikTok has sued a federal government to appeal in court. The case is currently being disputed by the Court of Appeals in Washington, D.C., and if it loses, it's expected that it will take its appeal to the Supreme Court. If the Supreme Court picks up the case, it does mean that the decision will be delayed until late summer 2025. According to the professor of law of the University of Minnesota Law School, the court could have not taken the case and the law could be upheld. Is a big issue as it affects 170 Americans, and it's a core First Amendment question. He also added, the Supreme Court has shown in the last few years that it does take these digital First Amendment cases. However, that is all we do know when it comes to the actual TikTok ban itself, as I will be sure to let you know if and when anything does happen in the new year. Do you think TikTok is going to be saved by Donald Trump, or do you think it's all smoke and mirrors for him just to get those votes specifically? And as I say, we are waiting to hear kind of the outcome from the Court of Appeals and see if they can kind of get their way out. But I'll also leave links for more resources, including the original video that we did on the TikTok ban down